Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. Yes, indeed. It is Saturday? Is it Saturday? It is Saturday, and it is almost 8 o'clock. I am a full hour later than I usually do things because I actually slept an extra hour longer than I usually do today. Son of a gun. Usually pain has me awake at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3, and then I'm just tossing and turning until it's 5 o'clock-ish. Last night, I woke up at about 5:30 and went, you know what, I could probably rest a little more. And then at about 6:45, I woke up again. So thumbs up for that. Definitely a cool thing. Although the bulk of my being is here and cannot move, Mother, do not think I am trapped. Like Erugatz and his webs, my mycelium are literally everywhere. And wherever my mycelium are, so too am I. I certainly do not mind my physical being in this infinite city, and I would hope you do not mind it either. Oh no, my child, said Amaterasu. I had been mildly worried about having an empty nest with the last of you matured and left. I have my little helpers, she said, gesturing toward one of the literally numberless creatures, small and inoffensive, that worked on cleaning the city for Amaterasu. But they have no minds, just duty. It is actually nice, knowing I won't be alone here. I, too, will be glad for the company, said Jimare. Mother and child stood together for a time in silence, at peace with each other's presence. It's good to sleep. I've definitely been, well, I've been thinking about it for like 10 years or more and haven't done it yet. Except for periodically while I was married, I did nap. But I've been thinking and saying that I should take a nap in the afternoon for a 2-hour period, daily for like 10 years. And like I say, only when I was married would periodically, because I was only sleeping about an hour a night, then I would take the occasional nap when I just couldn't keep up anymore. But now these days I've been sleeping more, and while it's not as much as I need, you should be getting 8 hours a night, I just can't find it within myself to take 2 hours and just go to sleep. So, a thumbs up for that. Oh, now I gotta try and remember. There was something I had been thinking of that I wanted to talk about, but instead I started talking about this. Oh, and it was a subject that for a long time I've been thinking about. It was just before bed as well. I wanted to try and remember some stuff. Well, one thing I will talk about, just for weirdness' sake, because it confuses me, and I really started to take a look at my legs on this one. I have socks that I wear over the top of my support stockings, so I can keep my feet warm and give them cushioning when I'm wearing, like boots and stuff like that. Oh, little gnat. But when I put them on my left leg, they're about this far from the bend in my leg, my knee, the back of my knee joint and all the way around, about that far down. I can stretch it and pull it, and they go only this far. So they're about this far down from the top of my support stockings. On my right leg, I can go whoop, that far to the top of my leg, all the way up to the top of my support stocking. So I was like trying to check it out, because like one leg isn't longer than the other. My left leg is actually thicker, partly, right around in the ankle leading up to the full calf part. It's like, is it just swelling from, because I have a problem getting rid of fluid in my body, so I need to take diuretics. Luckily caffeine, as well as doing other things, is also a diuretic. So, but I still have to wear support stockings. But when I was taking a look, my left leg is thicker, but it's like doesn't seem to be just bloating from water, because when I move the muscles are right there. It's muscle tissue or tendon, and nothing's bloated or squishy. It's just muscle and tendon, and it's so your body's not symmetrical. Thumbs up for that. Hopefully that doesn't mean my left leg, no, my right leg is any weaker, especially my ankle area. Hopefully. But hey, just thought I'd mention that, so thumbs up. So yeah, it's my right foot has to have the shoe put differently because it's got to be tighter because there's not as much stuff down there. Don't know why. Thumbs up. But yes, did go walkies last night, and it was a 7-mile round trip because I walked to the top of Olympic Highway South. A couple times back I said Olympic Highway North when I meant Olympic Highway South, and for whatever reason that has just been bugging me since. So yay. But I would just walk from my home to the top of Olympic Highway South, and Olympic Highway South downtown to Walmart, back downtown to Southern Shelton. Oh, that's not going to work. My sincere apologies. Hopefully I'm going to be editing out some of these coughs. Hopefully that'll be the last of them. But it was raining, and it was raining pretty hard, so my pant legs were soaked from mid-calf on down. But I had my umbrella, and even though the wind was something else, hokey smokes, it was quite frequently, no matter which direction turned or umbrella turned, because normally if you face your umbrella into the wind, that will stabilize it. You know, because umbrellas are aerodynamic. They may be broad and wide, but they're still aerodynamic. But no matter what I was doing, I had to be careful because at any moment it was going foof, and the wind was trying to yank it up and outward. So I had to hang on to it tightly through the first half, and that was fun. Yay. But still, it was good. It was a nice walk up to Walmart and then all the way back. 7 miles, and it was kind of painful because even just starting out, and my back on my right side was just like a dagger in my back, which is always fun. So it wasn't terrible, and by the time I got back I don't remember it being really bad, so that part must have faded away, thank goodness. But still, always joyous. I really wish I could remember what I wanted to talk about because it irritates me, and I keep trying to face my chair. My chair is actually facing straight ahead normally, so I'm in an angle in my chair now. I'm leaning more this way, which is bad because that's what I used to fall in that direction and fall asleep, and then my arm would rest up against the arms of chairs, and then that's what went and severed the nerve of my radial nerve, which for anybody new, about 4 years ago my hand was just completely paralyzed, stopped working. They did tests and there was no electrical conduction in my motor nerves, so it had just been severed almost entirely, because I could still just barely move in my fingers and I could barely move in my thumb, but there was no strength to it and it would only go in. I didn't have any go out. They had to go out by muscle tone or gravity, and I had fallen asleep against stuff and it severed the nerve, just like taking a rope and rubbing it against a rock until the rope just comes apart. So thumbs up. But nerves grow back, and I firmly believe that it was cannabis that helped my nerves grow back so quickly. That was something that I wanted to talk about, yes, because the cannabis, nerves grow back at about 1 millimeter a month, and this was completely severed. And they said if in 7 years it still wasn't working, to not panic. Nerves grow back in time. Not spinal nerves, for whatever reason, but all the rest of our nerves do. It was less than 2 years of total paralysis, and it was starting to work again. And though it took a long time, hokey smokes. It works. It's clumsy, but it works. So thumbs up for that. The thing I'd wanted to talk about is I don't understand how the human body works. Because when you smoke cigarettes, one of the bad parts about cigarettes, nicotine, is you have a neurotransmitter in your head called nicotinamide. And it is, yes, closely mimicked by nicotine from tobacco plants. So when you smoke, your brain is flooded with that neurotransmitter. And when you get an external source of something, your body stops making that. And that's one of the reasons you get so jittery and things get bad when you need a cigarette. Because literally your brain cannot function properly. That neurotransmitter, so that it can, that there are lots of neurotransmitters, so your brain just doesn't stop functioning when one of them has a problem. But that particular neurotransmitter goes away. And there are no junk neurotransmitters. They're all useful and in use all the time. So you need to go smoke to get that nicotine to mimic the nicotinamide so your brain works properly. The weird thing is that I don't understand is inside of our bodies, we have an endocannabinoid system. Our body makes THC and all the other endocannabinoids on its own, endogenously, just like we have nicotinamide. Now, when you smoke cannabis plants, that is the only plant on the planet that mimics the cannabinoid system. Just like nicotine mimics nicotinamide, cannabinoids in cannabis mimic our endocannabinoid system. It's a neurotransmitter. The thing I don't understand is when you smoke cannabis or vape or eat and it floods your system with all these neurotransmitters, well, your body, when it's flooded with all this, not only keeps making all the endocannabinoids, but if your endocannabinoid system is not functioning properly, which happens, that can actually kickstart it to start working. So not only does it not inhibit the production of this endogenous neurotransmitter, it can help your body actually increase the amount of that neurotransmitter being made. So how and why does being flooded with this neurotransmitter, nicotine, inhibit the production of nicotinamide, but the cannabinoids in cannabis mimicking the neurotransmitters of the endocannabinoid system can help jumpstart it, and it doesn't inhibit their use and production? I don't understand how and why that works. I'm grateful that it does, but it bothers me slightly that I don't know, because I like knowing things. I like random trivia, and I watch science channels on YouTube because I like knowing things. Real quick though, as I suddenly remember, one of the things I was thinking about as well, the difference between flat earth and like everyone else who's normal, the people that go in with that, the problem with them saying that the earth being round and all that is a lie and such is, we have math that's based on it being round that is not kept secret by scientists, and they don't just keep and then milk the data to give it out to everybody else. No, these are formulas that has just been given out and said, hey, you want to do this? Please do it, take a look. And they're predictions. You can make predictions that work based on the world being round. They work everywhere with anything. If you say, okay, if a plane travels this fast and you're leaving here to go here, it says it's this distance on a round globe, I will call you at this point to see if you've made it. And unless there's mechanical problems, if it's a straight shot there, you call them up, they go, yeah, I just got off the plane. And you can apply that with everything, everywhere on the round globe. They've been trying so hard to make a map that works, and it can't. Because you can't make predictions based on those. Nothing works. Distances are never right. If you have math that doesn't work and you can't make predictions based on it, it doesn't work. Plain and simple. There's no vast conspiracy, because if there was, they wouldn't be handing out the formulas and saying, test it, and if it doesn't work, let the world know. Since after all, that's the big point of science, is peer review. Nobody just takes science stuff on, well, some people do, but of course they're called idiots, but you don't take it on faith when you've got all this stuff. That's why there's the formulas, the math, observations. You can work all this stuff out and go, yup, this is the way it is. It's not being held behind ivory walls with only milk data being given out by the professionals to go, yes, this is how the world works. No. Science just goes, hey, this is how the world works, and here's the math, and please take a look and run with it. We need more of you in science. Hey, if you can do something in predictions and it works, that's a model that works. If you got a model that doesn't work and hasn't been working and won't work, it don't work. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I am not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, just thank you for having taken the time to have left a comment. It is a range, because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my fibromyalgia and such, and you've seen the way my memory works in this episode, oy vey, I do my best, but I'm amazed that I can remember my name is not Rutherford P. Farquhar. Now, the P stands for Sylvester because it is silent. And if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. So let me call it my Chrome, since that's what I use foolishly. We have James here. Hello, James. Thumbs up and thank you. Ollie B, greatly appreciated. Derito, thumbs up and thank you. Devixor, greatly appreciated. And Alex MJ Broken 64, good to see you in the comments. Thank you very much. We have RFI with a whole bunch of Y's at the end. Thank you very much. Tara G, greatly appreciated. Bailey Snyder, thumbs up and thank you. Always good to see you in the comments. Kathy Kits Cat, Hokey Smokes. It's been raining hard here too, but nothing like this. Or there. And then we have Kieran, Metallica fan, apparently not an Iowa Slipknot fan anymore, but still good to see you in the comments. And Heather McPherson, thumbs up and thank you. Reverse Turing Test, I like the name, thank you very, very much. Then we have Somyadeep Vishwakarma, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. Top Fragger, thank you and very much. Jen42, thumbs up and greatly appreciate. We have Zenki, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. Ryan Wilson, thumbs up. We have Caleb Jones, greatly appreciated. Confused Owl 29. Oh yes, the Force is like duct tape, and duct tape is like the Force, the light side and dark side. We have Bitchy Cat in the room, thumbs up and thank you. There is Big Papa, thumbs up and thank you very much. Russian Timing, good to see you in the comments. Rule Empire, thank you very much, it is appreciated. And last but not least, Furious Fist, greatly appreciated. It is good to have everybody in the comments. Thank you very much. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is appreciated to no end. Thank you very, very much. It looked like there was some lagging when I moved my browser all the way, so hopefully the video isn't too bad. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome, I couldn't remember the word, awesome people in this updated Patreon.com patrons list, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you would like to help me out but didn't want to send any money to one of those places, I have an PayPal link down below if you wanted to send money that way. And if you wanted to help support me but didn't want to actually send money, I also have an Amazon wishlist link down below. If you could check that out. It has stuff like cat food, hamster toys, silly things, non-silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe, oh, that was difficult. My dentures popped loose. If you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool and greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now and to the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Well, very, very cool. I have this video. I have another video that I need to edit and render, and another one for later on as well. But it's also Reddit reading reaction day too. So definitely a thumbs up. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing.